Hello everyone and welcome. My name is Natalie from the Institutional Banking team in Australia, and thank you for joining today's training webinar, Upgrading from ANZ Transactive APEA, Balance and Transaction Reporting in ANZ Transactive Global. This webinar is intended to primarily support our ANZ Transactive APEA customers in Laos with the upgrade to Accounts and Balance and Transaction Reporting, or BTR, in ANZ Transactive Global, our digital banking channel. From the 31st of March, your organisation will begin using ANZ Transactive Global for account and BTR services. Today's session will help you understand what's changing and how to use the new functionality. As BTR in ANZ Transactive APEA will be removed in the future, it's important to start familiarising yourself with the features available in ANZ Transactive Global. This session will be an introduction to the BTR capability within the ANZ Transactive Global desktop site, including how to navigate the Accounts menu, running reports, and setting up your workspace. And we'll also touch on reminding you how to create and manage your payments and payment reporting. Following today's webinar, I would encourage you to visit our ANZ Digital Services Help webpage for detailed information on the topics discussed, and I will show you how to find this at the end of today's session. You will see that the Teams chat function is disabled. However, you can ask questions using the Q&A tab, which is located at the top of the screen. My colleagues are online and will answer as many questions as possible as we go. Today's training session is being recorded. The video and a copy of the question and answers, including any questions we're unable to answer during the session, will be published in ANZ Digital Services Help in the coming days, so you can re-watch or share with colleagues who weren't able to join us live. And the last thing before we start, this session is being conducted using a training environment, which means some of the screens, menus, and system behaviour will appear a little different to what you see in your live ANZ Transactive Global site. So please keep that in mind as we go. For anything outside of ANZ Transactive Global, we will show screens from ANZ Digital Services Help. To begin the webinar, I would like to demonstrate how to log into ANZ Transactive Global. There are several ways to access the user login screen. We recommend logging in via anz.com. Selecting Institutional from the top menu bar, and then clicking the ANZ Transactive Global button on the right under Login. And from here, enter your user ID and password and follow the same steps you would to log in to ANZ Transactive APEA. Before we look at the Accounts menu, let's spend a couple of minutes on how to navigate ANZ Transactive Global. And for many of you, this may be the first time that you have seen this screen. The ANZ Transactive Global main menu, which is located on the left-hand side, shows a list of options, and these are all the menu options available. Your login will show News and Analysis, Accounts, Asia and Pacific Payments, and Applications. This menu can be collapsed at any time by clicking the light blue icon with 3 lines in the application banner. If you require the menu back, click again and it will become visible. The dark blue strip across the page at the top, this is accessible from all screens within the application and is called the application banner. On the right-hand side, we have several features that I will now explain, starting with downloads. This is where you can access report downloads, which are available from an either ad hoc or scheduled request. Simply click on a report to view. The Notification Centre, which is the little bell-shaped icon to the right, is where you can access the following information: news and announcements and service notifications, new and enhanced ANZ applications, training events and materials for using ANZ applications. To read a notification, click on the message or click View. The user settings icon, which displays as demo for me, and for you this will display as your user ID. Here you can manage your application preferences. Let's take a look at Settings and Preferences submenu. Here you can set the date and time format and time zone. You can also change how amounts are viewed with either a comma or a period character. And I would also recommend adding a report retrieval code. This code will act as a password to access encrypted scheduled reports that are sent to your registered email address. And as this is your personal code, you can change it at any time. You can also set your preferred currency, which will show balances in that currency. And lastly, at the bottom of this menu, you will notice your registered email address. Please check this is correct to ensure the scheduled reports you create will be received. If your email address requires amending, please follow your usual process to make changes. Click Save to save any changes made. Set the landing page. This sets any page you would like as your landing page, which will display every time you log in. So for example, let's navigate away from this menu, select Accounts from the main menu, and then Operating Accounts. If I now click My User Settings, then Set the Landing Page, this Operating Accounts page will now be my landing page next time I log in. And previous logins. This will display the last 3 dates and times of your historical logins. Moving to the next icon in the application banner is Help. This is great if you require specific assistance in completing a task within ANZ Transactive Global, and clicking this will open ANZ Digital Services Help in a new tab. ANZ Digital Services Help is our online self-service database of step-by-step guides, instructional videos, and frequently asked questions for our digital channels, including ANZ Transactive Global. The Help portal is made up of 3 segments: Search, Popular Topics, and Support categories. And I will now take you through each in a little more detail. The search function. The search function is used to search for a specific area of interest. For example, I can type Laos and a specific article called About ANZ Transactive APEA Upgrade has been published to support you with the upgrade to ANZ Transactive Global. This article includes information relating to balance and transaction reporting, payments, and payment reporting. Each topic includes links to additional information. You will also find a number of frequently asked questions, along with a PDF guide located at the very bottom of this article. Please refer to this support article as you explore ANZ Transactive Global. Let's click the ANZ logo at the top left to return to the ANZ Digital Services Help homepage. Let's now search Account Report Types. This article provides detailed information about our account reports available, including a sample of each report type. I would also like to point out, at the top of all of our articles, you'll notice a geography field, and this notes the regions that the article is applicable to. And as you can see in this instance, this article is relevant to all geographies, excluding Japan. Again, let's click the ANZ logo at the top left to return to the ANZ Digital Services Help homepage. Popular topics. Here you can view and easily access our most commonly read topics by our customers. Some topics of interest here would be our monthly announcements article, ANZ Digital Services security features, and the ANZ Digital Key. The last segment in ANZ Digital Services Help is support categories, and this includes all topics covered in ANZ Digital Services Help. Simply click on a topic of interest. Let's select Asia Pacific Payments. All related articles will now be available for review, and I would like to highlight the numerous payment videos along with step-by-step instructions for each payment type. Again, let's click the ANZ logo on the top left to navigate back to ANZ Digital Services Help. The last article I would like to share with you is our ANZ Digital Services status page. You can access the status page from popular topics. If at any time you're experiencing difficulties with ANZ Transactive Global, please refer to this status page. It provides updates on information relating to the operations of our institutional systems and services. Click the Digital Service Status page hyperlink to show the current functionality of our systems, which is displayed using a traffic light system. Let's navigate now to ANZ Transactive Global. The next icon in the application banner is Contact. This can be used if you require additional assistance from ANZ. Select Other Region from the drop-down and click View List of Global Contacts. Scroll down to Laos to view the list of ANZ Global Customer Service Centre contact details. Let's navigate back to ANZ Transactive Global, and we'll now go through the Accounts menu, which we access from the main menu. Operating accounts will open by default. The operating account screen displays a list of registered operating accounts for your organisation. The list includes accounts based on your current user entitlements. You will notice the menu across the top. This is called the control bar, and this contains buttons that allow you to quickly complete a range of functions on that specific screen. Starting with View. By clicking this, you can view accounts by status, such as active or closed. Accounts saved to folders, or create and manage your folders, and we'll go through folders in more detail shortly. Reports. After selecting one or more accounts, use this shortcut to quickly request an account statement report, a balance summary report, an account summary report, or a daily balance report. Actions. Again, once an account has been selected, you can quickly view account activity, view balance summary, or add a selected account or accounts to a folder. You can also choose a balance to display, account balances, including today, yesterday, last business day, or specific date. Group. This reorders the data on the screen by predefined criteria. For example, we can select currency, and then this will group all accounts by currency. If we select filter and then enter criteria into one or more of the text boxes that are under each column heading, data will display matching the request. For example, I'm looking for an account number that I know that ends in 111. When I type this into the filter field above account number, it will show me any accounts containing this number. Export enables the records on the screen to be exported to a CSV file. If I select refresh, the records on screen are refreshed, including balance information, and the settings button is used to save any changes that I have made, including to view and group for next time I view this page. I would now like to show you how to create folders within ANZ Transactive Global. Folders help you organise items that you want to group together, and you can then use the View menu to display these items in any folder. So from the control bar, click View. Then Create Folders. Enter a new folder name and click Add. And if you had more than one folder, you can add, reorder, or remove folders. Click OK. To add an item to the newly created folder, from the grid you can do one of two things. You can right-click on an item and click Move To from the context menu, or tick the checkbox for the item and click Actions from the control bar and select Move To. Select the folder and the item will now be located in this folder. To navigate to the new folder, click View and you can select between any folders that you have created. Below the control bar is what we call a grid layout, and you will find that grids are a common way ANZ Transactive Global displays information. All grids can be customised to suit your preferences and to help you organise and view relevant information and activity. And as you can see, there are many columns, and depending on your screen size, you may need to scroll across the page to view them all. If this order does not suit you, or if some of the information is not relevant, you can customise it. To hide or show columns, you can right-click any column heading and tick or untick the check boxes. To customise the column order, You can click the column you want to move and then drag and drop to your preferred location. To resize the columns, you can click the edge of the column heading and drag to your preferred size. To sort the columns, you can click the column heading and the column will reorder in ascending order. Click again and it will order in descending order. To fit the columns to the size of the window, right-click and scroll down and click Fit Columns to Window. To reset the columns, again right-click and scroll down and click Reset Grid Columns. Click Settings and then Save to save your newly customized grid. And a little tip, if you right-click on any row, the context menu will display, and here you will find shortcuts to view additional information for that account, such as View Account Activity, View Balance Summary, Request a Report, and add a selected account to a folder. The final section to highlight on this screen is the total available funds and the total ledger balance information, which is displayed at the bottom right of the screen. Account Operating Details screen. Let's now click on an account. Clicking on any row will open the Operating Account Details screen, and this is where you can view additional information relating to the account. The screen header displays the account currency, account nickname, account number, and status. You can also use the drop-down menu or the magnifying glass to search for and choose a different account to display. The table to the right provides the account summary based on the screen view. For example, today, yesterday, or a previous week. The labels interchange based on the view selected. This table also includes the total debit and total credit count. Underneath the account selector are buttons to return to the operating account screen we were on previously, as well as a shortcut button to request a report, and we will go through these later when we talk about reports. You will now notice there are two tabs, Account Activity and Balance Summary, and let's explore these in a little more, starting with the Account Activity tab. As you can see, it has its own control bar. View will display by default today's transactions, which are updated in near real time, so you will always have the most current information. This can be changed by clicking the drop-down arrow and selecting from one of the preset options or choosing your own custom date or date range. From the Actions option, if you wish to request a transaction details report, tick the checkbox for a desired transaction or transaction and click Actions and then request a transaction detail report. Group, Filter, Export, Refresh, and Settings all work the same as the previous page. Let's run through briefly the columns in the grid below and their detail. Post date. This is the date the transaction was posted to the account. Value date. This is the payment or collection date. The debit and credit columns show amounts debited in red or credits are shown in green to your account. Narrative will display the narrative specific to that transaction. Transaction type will indicate the type of transaction, including if it is a debit, a credit, a fee, or a payment, etc. The SWIFT code will display in this field for the transaction SWIFT code, along with the BAI code in the next column. The bank reference is the transaction's bank reference, and the customer reference is the transaction's customer reference. And the SWIFT message field will indicate if an inbound SWIFT message is available for the transaction. To view the SWIFT message, select the transaction, and the SWIFT message details will display. Moving on to the next tab, Balance Summary. This tab provides the daily balance summary for an account. Select a date or a date range from the View tab, and balances for this date will show. You can export the balance summary to a CSV file if required, and the refresh button will refresh the records on screen, including that balance information. The next submenu I would now like to take you through is Transaction Search. From here, you can enter your search parameters, which include amount, account, narrative, bank reference, date, or a date range to search for transactions that have been processed in the last 24 months. You can also save your search if required. You can click Save and give your search a name. Save searches are available to view from the View drop-down. Operating account reports. Let's now look at reporting that's available and how you can generate these. So from the Reports menu, you can create, schedule, manage and email reports. You can run ad hoc report profiles, schedule reports to automatically run at a particular time, and save reports for future use. To create a new report, click New from the control bar. Select the report type you wish to run. Today, I will select an account statement report. Select the file type, language, and if required, enter a file name prefix. Complete the report content fields, nominating a date or a date range. Enter account filter details, such as accounts or currency, and select Continue to schedule and save to schedule the report, or Run Report Now. Let's schedule and save. Enter the schedule details and give your report a name. Tick the checkbox, Deliver Report by Email, to have the report delivered to your registered email address to save you logging in to retrieve it. And if you wish to share the report profile with other users in your organisation with reporting access, tick the checkbox, Share this report profile. On the right, tick the other checkbox if you wish to run this report after saving, and click Save Report Profile. The report profile will now be saved and display in your list of reports. This report can be downloaded at any time by simply clicking on the download icon on the left of the report profile. And if you have requested to have this report delivered to your scheduled reports by email, you will receive your reports in a zip file format, which you can access using the report retrieval code we entered earlier via the user settings. I would now like to remind you of the Asia and Pacific Payments menu. And again, this can be accessed from the main menu on the left. From this menu, you can create payments. This is where you can create new payments, including account transfers, domestic and international payments. Approve and check payments, where payments awaiting approval or checking will be in one of the following statuses: ready to check, pending approval, or partially approved. View current payments. Payments that are awaiting company or bank processing that are in an approved, draft, or a future dated status. Past payments includes payments that are cancelled, closed, rejected, or rejected with an error status. Beneficiaries. Here you can set up and manage a list of outward payment beneficiaries commonly used to make payments. Templates, where you can create and manage a list of your pre-configured payment templates. File Import Summary displays a list of your uploaded payment files that are pending action. And Reports. This menu displays a list of report profiles, including scheduled reports and your generated reports. Moving on to the Applications menu. This menu provides you with a list of additional applications that you are entitled to access using a single user ID. From this menu, you can click ANZ Transactive APEA tile, and this will open ANZ Transactive APEA in a new browser, and you will be automatically signed in. Please access ANZ Transactive APEA via this tile, where you can continue to access your payment reports. The final feature I would like to show you today is setting up your workspace with some widgets. Click Home from the main menu, and you will notice to the right of the menu an empty white space. This is called the ANZ Transactive Global Workspace. This screen is customizable, allowing you to choose and arrange content that suits your needs. To add content to the workspace, click Add to Workspace and select the thumbnail. Today I'm going to add favourite accounts. Here, up to 20 accounts can be added. I will also add favourite reports. Here you can add your most used report profiles to a favourite reports content window so that you can easily run the report. Simply click Run this report profile to generate the report. Your workspace can be customised by dragging and dropping the widgets to your preferred location on the page, resizing the content window by dragging the resize icon on the bottom of the content window. You can refresh the details by clicking on the refresh button on the right-hand side. You can remove content from your workspace by clicking the X on the top right of the content window. And you can apply additional settings to adjust the widget to your preferences. Lastly, always remember to log off before closing the browser window. The log off icon can be found in the application banner at the top right. Please also note after 15 minutes of inactivity, you will be logged off automatically. A reminder, accounts are also available in the ANZ Transactive mobile app where you can view your transactions. And that brings us to the end of our upgrading from ANZ Transactive APEA Balance and Transaction Reporting in ANZ Transactive Global Training webinar. We have covered a lot in today's webinar, and a reminder that a recording of this session, as well as the question and answers, will be added to ANZ Digital Services Help in the coming days, should you wish to revisit or share with colleagues. You can get to ANZ Digital Services Help by scanning this QR code currently on the screen, or by clicking the Help icon next time you are signed into ANZ Transactive Global. You can also register for future webinars using this same QR code. I hope this session has been of value, and we look forward to you attending our future ANZ Transactive Global training webinars. Thank you.